Hello, this is Team JIE7323 FoodTrack, composed of John Lin, Kim Nguyen, Jean Hong Sun, Jeremy Winter, and Zihan Zhu, and this is our video demo for Sprint 2. Our mobile application, FoodTrack, generates recipes for people with hypertension as a medical condition. Through using FoodTrack, users are able to generate healthy recipes that are tailored specifically to their health profile and track their management of hypertension with a BP score tracker. In our last video demo, we showed a couple of our main features, including our landing page, the ability to generate recipes by ingredients, and a search for recipes based on keyword. For this video demo, we will be outlining 5 additional features that we implemented in Sprint 2, including 1. A user profile page, so that the user can view all things related to themselves, such as their current BP scores, medical history, medical goals, and health graphs. 2. A medical history page, so that the user can add medical conditions that are most relevant to them. 3. A health goals page, so that the user can add diet goals and restrictions that help the application generate recipes. 4. An update BP page, so that the user can track the latest blood pressure data points. And 5. A BP chart page, so that the user can view their progress over the past 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. On top of these 5 features, we also added a color theme to the application so that it looks a lot more user-friendly and vibrant. Now here are our main features. On our landing page, we currently have it so that you navigate to the user profile by clicking on the user profile button on the bottom. In future sprints, the user will navigate to the user profile through a centralized sidebar menu. On the main user profile page, immediately we see a user profile picture and their basic information such as name, age, and username. Because this is a new profile, the user does not have a BP score added. Thus, the user profile shows them a blue reminder to add his or her BP data. Let's add a BP score by clicking on the button Update My BP. We are now on the Update My BP page. Here the user is given a screen to enter her systolic score on the left and her diastolic score on the right. If the user does not enter a valid value or leaves one of the fields empty, an error message will show and the BP will not save. Let's demonstrate this. Now, let's enter a valid score of 120/80 into the fields, and the form should save the latest BP score and show it to us. Now, the user is navigated by the application to the main user profile page, and the latest BP score is shown to the user. For this demo, we have already preloaded 6 months of data to show our chart feature. Let's click on the chart icon. Each bar graphs the systolic score on the top and the diastolic score on the bottom. The labels show the exact scores for each data point. The x-axis is labeled with dates that the user entered data. By clicking on a button, we can filter this data down to 1 week, 1 month, or 3 or 6 months. Because there are much more data points for 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months, the chart converts from a range bar graph to a line graph for these months. Let's click on the Return button to return to the main user profile. In a future sprint, we will add an action bar so that the user will have a consistent way to return to the main menu. We have now returned to the main user profile. In the main body are 2 items, medical history and medical goals. We can click and unclick on these 2 items to show their content. Let's inspect medical history. When we click on the tab, the main content of this item slides down. Since this is a new profile, the user has not entered any medical condition and thus only an edit button is shown. Let's click on the Edit button. We are now on the page to edit medical history. We can select from a predefined list of medical conditions. Let's choose hypertension and diabetes to add these conditions. Now, let's click Save. The application has saved our information, and we can now click on the Medical History tab to see our changes. Here, we see that hypertension and diabetes have been added to the list. Let's now edit our medical goals. Again, since this is a new profile, the user has not entered any medical goals. Let's add them by clicking on the Edit button. We are now navigated to the Edit Health Goals page. We can move the slider on the left to choose the content of calories, protein, and sodium, and see the values change as the slider moves. Let's click Save. Again, we return to the main user profile. We can click on the Medical Goals and see our changes are reflected. We have now shown our 5 features which were implemented for this sprint. They included the user profile, the Update Blood Pressure feature, the blood pressure chart, the ability to edit medical history, and the ability to edit medical goals. This concludes our video demo.